Can someone type something in the chat if uh, you hear my voice? Type banana if you hear my voice. Okay. Now I think it's working. Okay, first time. And here we go. Welcome to a brand new season of the HFFL. This is first time hosting for me, so it is going to be rough, but thank you for bearing with it. Um, This is, I think, the 16th season of the HFFL. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it has clearly been a very, very, long-lasting league. So I think we're excited to see what, still lays ahead of us. There's still things that haven't happened. Something brand new happened last year. We had a three-peat by our former commissioner, Virginia. Um, but yeah, today we'll go through with the draft lottery, brand new format. So hopefully it shakes things up a little bit. Might be a little bit more exciting because every pick except for the 10th pick is up for grabs. As you can see in the graphic, it is an overwhelming chance for the winner of the consolation prize to get the first overall pick, but it is no longer guaranteed. So we might see some crazy upsets. I know Clyde in the Discord keeps pushing Long Island City with their 7.5% chance to win the number one overall pick. Clyde, I think, really wants to see Long Island City win, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens, and it should be exciting. Whether it goes chalk or we see something completely different that wouldn't have happened in previous years. Um, so I think first, yes. So Virginia, as I said before, won, and that was a three-peat, as you can see. Three firsts in a row. Hasn't been in the lottery too often. So again, they miss out. They're the only team to kind of have their spot technically locked in because the winner just stays in the 10th spot. Um, Yeah, so since Virginia is locked in, then I think we'll go to the playoff lottery first. We'll just go backwards from 10 and count our way up. Uh, so this, I think these are the teams that are in the playoff lotto. Um, I believe Virginia already has the swap of New England, so Virginia is actually looking forward to where that spot lands. Um, so this is the page showing, I guess, that the lottery balls are, correct. I'll retype each number to make sure, everyone sees that this isn't like a JPEG that I've cooked up before and I have the real results behind a curtain. So here we go. So pick three here is actually pick nine. So we'll start with pick three, and that is New England's pick, which goes to Virginia. Um, if we see, I guess, New England's history, they've actually moved up twice, pretty big. So this time they would be falling down, but since the pick goes to Virginia anyways, so New England probably doesn't care. They'll be separated by one spot. Um, Yeah, I mean, they made a pretty good playoff run last year. It was pretty big to see them push from, you know, I think they were kind of out of it around the trade deadline, and they made a pretty aggressive push. I think the pick trade might have been part of that. Um, but yeah, from the ninth pick, we'll see what they can do. Uh, and then this streaming stuff is actually kind of hard. Uh-huh. Yes, and then back to the playoff lotto. This would be pick 8, I believe. Um, we'll see who gets that pick. And it's Great Kills. They were, I think, slotted for the 7th pick, so I think they fell a spot. As we can see from their history, they haven't been in the lottery too often either. But the one year I think they really moved up in 2017. They moved up with a pretty long shot where they had a swap and got the first overall pick. And then previously they've used the consolation prize, and last year they pretty much stayed the same. So, not a ton of lottery luck to complain or, be happy about. And moving from 7 to 8 is hardly that consequential, but you know, uh, a little bit of bad luck to move down with 40 balls. And that, I guess, leaves Orange County moving up from 9 to 7. So, I don't know how strong this draft is. I haven't really looked beyond like the first two picks, but, we'll see if it was consequential for him to move up. You know, it could be pretty nice to get, the cutoff of where the talent falls. People think 9 to 7 isn't that big of a deal, but it could be very much because those spots can lead to pretty good keepers because you're getting them pretty cheap. So it's got to be a piece of good luck for Orange County. And let's see what their history was. Okay, so they've been moving down a lot. They've been in the lottery 4 times previous. Um, so yeah, I guess finally a little bit of a good lottery luck for Orange County, and they have been building up fourth, and second last year. So maybe this another piece of extra luck to get them over the hump, and maybe see another championship brought to Orange County. Okay. Uh, okay, so this is now the main event. We have the lottery teams, the teams that missed the playoffs last year. Um, Here, I'll type in the numbers again just to make sure I'm getting them right, so people can point out if any of these numbers are wrong. 105 lottery balls for Sandy Pines, a newly relocated team from Harlem. Um, there was some, I guess, controversy because the starting of the new lottery rules were maybe not as clear as could be. So while they probably would have just taken the first overall pick outright if it had been delayed another year, unfortunately for them, I think we are just going forward with the change effective immediately. But the 105 lottery balls is, a pretty sizable um, advantage over a lot of the other teams. So, hopefully it goes chalk so they don't hate everyone else in the league for stealing you know the top pick from them. And then everywhere else, Williston Park, they finished last place last year, so they get 25. I believe Yonkers gets 20, Mars gets 20, and Madison and LIC with 15. So here we go. I'm putting in the lottery balls. Okay, and we'll start with the sixth pick as usual. Um, this team will basically be eliminated from the Bijan Robinson sweepstakes. Oh, and it's Yonkers. Uh, Bit of bad luck, I guess, because the 20 balls are not the lowest number you can have. If you check the spreadsheet, they gotten Saquon Barkley from winning the consolation prize, and they've moved down twice and up once. Who did third pick end up being last year? Does anyone remember? Um, but yeah, I guess last year was a little bit of good luck, and this year is the reverse, where they fall from a projected third pick to the sixth pick. Um, Drake London. So yeah, I mean, we'll see if he's kept or not, but changes like sixth to third or third to sixth are pretty sizable, I'd say, and that's definitely a piece of bad luck for Yonkers, I think. So sorry, Jay. And then okay, so then now we have the fifth pick. Drum roll. Oh, Madison fifth pick. I think they were projected for the fourth pick. Um, and I think they had an interesting piece of bad luck. They came in last year as a new team, taking over for Capital Region. And what was interesting is they would have kept their pick if it fell 1, 2, or 3. But thanks to their pick falling to fourth, they had to swap all the way back to, I believe, the sixth pick. So, that's probably as unlucky as it gets last year, like the worst case scenario. And while they didn't really fall this year, no piece of good luck to really make up for that. Okay. And I guess the fourth pick is LIC. Okay, I think LIC did move up in a fairly recent lotto. Yeah, the 2021 and last year, and they've only been in the lottery 3 times, so mostly just either flat luck or good luck in the lottery for them. No wonder Clyde was very, very optimistic about their chances of moving up to number one. Um, but yeah, they were projected for the sixth pick. The fourth pick is yet another jump up. There might be something in it. So, like every time they're in the lottery, they either end up moving up a decent amount or staying the same. So, this lottery change has definitely only been good to LIC over the last few years. But they haven't won a championship since, so we'll see if they can pick better players than Kyle Pitts, and take advantage of all this good lotto luck. I am just kidding though, because I was the one pushing Kyle Pitts more than anyone that year, so that is a mistake that I guess I would have made too. And okay, the top three, some big spots. Uh, so the teams that are still remaining are Harlem, Williston Park, Harlem. That means Sandy Pines, Williston Park, and who was the last team? Oh, Mars. Oh, some really interesting teams left. I think it would be pretty hyped to see any combination of the three in any order here. Okay, so I will reveal the third pick. Oh, Mars. They do not move up to the first overall pick, and they do not move up to the second overall pick. And I know a lot of people have been saying that two players are clearly at the top two. We'll see if that's how it plays out come the actual rookie draft. But yeah, I actually would have liked to see Mars move up, just because personally it is always interesting when a big moment happens for them. If you look at their lottery luck, this is actually worse than it seems overall. Because in 2017, that was the pick that they handed over Greg Kills, so that's not really a green result. They moved up one pick in 2018, and then down pretty much every year, even after the swap in 2022, they still finished with a pick lower than what they were projected. And, uh, you know, uh, at least this year, they did move up from a projected fourth pick to a third pick. Um, I think it'll be interesting to see if he looks to trade. I know he's traded quite often, up to two, down from, different spots. So I think that third spot is an interesting one to trade out of because I think to some owners, it'll be another cutoff of where talent drops off. So you could see a lot of teams trying to trade up there. And for others, they might see that, the first two picks are where that they want to be, and they might not have any interest in that spot at all. So should be interesting to see what Mars does with that spot. Okay, and now we have the big moment. The two teams with the most balls are still remaining. Like I said, Williston Park finished last place. They've, had some pretty, I think, hard luck with Javonte Williams and the first overall pick of last year going down, Breece Hall. And the other team is Sandy Pines, who historically kind of dominate the constellation bracket. I think they've won it now three times, and they've been there for every different choice. I think they've taken the extra keeper year back when that was a thing. They've taken the first overall pick outright before when that was a thing, and they've also had this choice the first year of it where they end up taking 100 extra lottery balls to throw into the pool. So we'll see if it plays out or pays off. Sorry. Should I reveal two first or one first? I mean, it is the same thing, but I will go with what the people want. Okay. All right. Number one, we will go with first. And the first overall pick of the 2023 HFFL rookie draft goes to Sandy Pines. Very chalk. With the 105 lottery balls, they did prevail. They do keep their pick, and all the potential complaining about not getting the first overall pick we've avoided. So as a commissioner, I'm pretty happy about that too. This is their, I believe. Okay, this is their second time getting the first overall pick. Last time in 2021, they took the consolation prize. Took Najee Harris. I believe they famously had a really good chance in 2019 when they won the consolation bracket and controlled the swap rights with Virginia and Mars. And out of 100 lottery balls, they had 45, and they, I believe, wound up trading up to 2 with Virginia, but not the first overall pick that year. So, at least this time it went according to plan. The odds wore out, played out as they should have. And that leaves Williston Park as our second overall pick. Been in the lottery quite a bit. Took Breece Hall last year. Looked really good until he got hurt. So, hopefully this year they get a little bit more of a long-term return for the whole season without injuries. In the past, they've been in the lottery a bit, fell unluckily from first to third in 2017. I believe that was the Fournette draft. Fell from fourth to sixth in 2018, fifth to sixth, and up to third and fourth from fifth last couple of years. I believe they are the only team to not have made playoffs in the lottery era, which is, the years that are showing right here. So I think in a way, I was hoping that they would win the first overall pick this year, but I think the second overall pick should be a very strong pick as well. We'll see, who they select, whether teams come knocking for a trade up or not. But I think they should still have some good, draft capital and assets to make you know, a playoff push this year, hopefully, and that's something that I'm personally rooting for. Yeah. So that is our lottery. I believe the Hall of Fame game is today. I think the Jets are involved. Don't know who they're playing. They are playing the Browns. So finally, football in some form is back. We will keep chugging along with our off season. I believe the rookie draft will be taking place before the first week of actual preseason starts, which is next week. And I expect to see a fair amount of activity with these picks kind of locked in now. I think we'll see some teams start to deal. It's been pretty quiet so far, but last offseason was pretty, I think, heated before the draft. So yeah, we'll see how teams start moving around. I'm sure we'll start to see some opinions from Duho on where the cutoffs are in this draft, and what rookie that he's been keeping his eye on for 3 or 4 years is going to pop off. So I think we'll look forward to that on Discord. Thank you for tuning in, and I will be signing off. Peace.